Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children from all ages, I am Zon, the Daddy Dev. I also go by the moniker Title Penning on the internet, and welcome to Devlog to Finish. This is basically, if you're new to this content, is basically I do stuff about making video games or video game related stuff. However, I may be posting this video in some teaching communities as it relates to intellectual property. Yeah, so a little bit of background. I first off, let me show this for the video game development folks. The player GD that I was working on in like the last video, the code in the top is good for, yeah, the code is great, is from the Kids Can Code guy for both for Godot 3.0 and Godot 3.1. However, the functions, the shoot functions, for whatever reason, are not working in 3.1. So that is what I'm working on. And if you need to see, if you're interested in that stuff, I'll put a video link somewhere around. So, oh, sorry, I had to cough. Anyway, what am I doing this video? This is going to be about intellectual property and related to making content and putting that content on other platforms, as you probably have read if you've been too bored. So as a teacher, an online teacher for English education companies, I am online teacher and a regular teacher. I'm in a situation where everybody by default is trying to own the content I make because it's just the easiest way. It's the most easiest default way to get content from people and to protect the company legally. However, as I've mentioned this to other people about this, wait a minute, are you seeing me? I guess you should be seeing me. Yeah. As I mentioned to this to like other people, my problem is, like, I don't want some company or anybody stopping me from using the work I make. It's not so much I mean, there's a pride in I get the pride thing, like pride in your work and all this other stuff. It's not that. And I honestly don't see myself making any money from the content I make for teaching. And in that regard, you know, even video games to a large extent, a lot of the content that I make would probably not make money. Just being realistic. And moreover to that, it's more about this this factor of like supporting open source, creating content that everyone can use. Because I've noticed as a teacher for English, there just isn't a lot of good quality content that people could use. So I would, to kind of in the spirit of open source, I'd like to give my stuff to the public for anyone to use, so forth and so on. By doing this, because I want to be fair, and I want to state this, this is not like, you know, an us versus them, corporations versus a person kind of thing. This is also so that the companies that I work with as an independent contractor have access to the content that I use because they want that. I'm fine with that. But this also protects me, the person making the content, from protects me in the sense that I can use the content wherever I work, and that is my plan. And so I asked two attorneys. This is the second attorney basically summed up what the first attorney had said. Well, first off, he says I should never give up my rights. I should always try to sell and so forth and so on. But fortunately, the industry that I work in right now, it's like they always want teachers to work for free. And it's sad because, you know, a lot of teachers are just in a place, in an industry and as a culture to give stuff for free. Because education is kind of a giving process. It's just unfortunate that when you mix it in with private practices, sometimes there just seems to be a taking advantage of teachers or neglect for considering compensation fairly for people's work as teachers. Artists and creators suffer the same unfortunate type of situation. It's cultural, it's so forth and so on. No one particularly is to blame for the way things are. They are a certain way, and I just don't want, as a lazy creator, as a lazy teacher, if I make something for one class, I want to be able to use that for any class, any student, anytime. And I'm more than willing to share with the world. So there's the answer right there. You can do this as long as you're not employed by someone who negotiated rights to your work. And as far as I know, no one has negotiated the rights to my work. The agreements stand is just let's see, as long as you're employed by who negotiated rights to work. So yes, basically who's is acceptable response. All right, so basically yes, if I make stuff, I put it into the public domain before I use it with these companies, then these companies ideally shouldn't be able to legitimately claim that one company owns it over the other after it's released in public domain. Again, I have no problem with sharing. This gives companies the ability to change the work how they see fit, so forth and so on. And this gives me the ability to still use my work with other companies and students I work with. I'm happy all around. Now, yeah, I'm happy about this all around. Now, of course, this is limited to United States copyright law as a U.S. citizen. How that affects how I deal with international companies, good luck with that. They're still trying to sort that out. They've been always trying to sort this stuff out. So it is what it is. But at least I feel like I've done the most I can. So that's it. It's pretty much a short video. I hope that you found this informative, instructive, blah, blah, blah. And I will be posting this in other groups as other teachers may be having to deal with this issue as well. That being said, there are the next videos that I want to do. You know, I'm still part of the Kurt Indovino thing on our on the Kurt Indovino Discord. We're doing the they're doing like the second month of finish what you've started. The third month's gonna be interesting. Like March, we're gonna do a steps jam, where it's this idea that you have to do like the smallest step you can a day. Whatever little step that is, you just update that. We're trying to figure that out. The next one is going to be related to scheduling. So I did a video related to Lunar New Year's. I might just re-edit it. I'm sorry it's not posted, about finding time to do stuff. And the video after that, yeah, is going to be taxes. I know these aren't necessarily like me programming or coding, but these are some things I've wanted to talk about. Those are the next 3 videos planned. And yeah, I am still programming stuff. Hopefully after all that stuff, I can show more of the game I'm working on. All right, insert catchy phrase here. This video is under 8 minutes, hopefully 7 minutes. You're all lovely people. See you in the next one. I hope whatever you're doing, you keep learning, you keep having fun. I'm trying to work on a better outro. Bye.